I met with the Murtha delegation to hear their report, and I have now received a preliminary report from President Ford and President Carter. President Carter and his whole delegation will be here shortly to give me a full report. In addition, we have the report of other observer groups, including that of the Archbishop of Panama, which demonstrate clearly that despite massive irregularities at the polls, the opposition has won a clear-cut, overwhelming victory. The Panamanian people have spoken, and I call on General Noriega to respect the voice of the people, and I call on all foreign leaders to urge General Noriega to honor the clear results of the election. And I might add that I applaud the statement by Peru's Alan Garcia, who has spoken out against the fraud. I noted with interest that the Archbishop of Panama felt that 74% of the vote went to the opposition, and I understand that Carlos Andres Parras of Venezuela is talking to some of the neighboring countries there to encourage a joint statement against the fraud that has taken place and calling on Noriega to honor the results of this election.
Mr. President, what kind of military force are you considering? We're told that that's one of the options.
The election results have not been handed in formally, announced, and until they are, I will not discuss the options of the United States. I will simply, again, call on General Noriega to honor the will of the people.
Mr. President, you called on him a year ago to do precisely the same thing, as did Mr. Reagan, and nothing happened. Why should it be any different?
Because there has been a massive voice of the people heard. There has been a statement for democracy so loud and so clear that perhaps even General Noriega will listen to it. And I would like to think that he will heed the call of the people, and that he would listen to the international outcry that is building, and that he would step down from office, in which case the relations with the United States would improve dramatically and instantly.
Have you spoken to foreign leaders? Do you plan to speak with foreign leaders?
I probably will, and without going into who I've spoken to, the answer is yes. You know, we've had foreign visitors here and talked to them.
Have you this country?
Helen, I'm not going to say what our options are. I've not discussed that here today. I have obviously discussed options with my own top advisors. I listened very intently to the members of Congress that came in, and some of them had specific suggestions. But I want to see General Noriega do what I've just encouraged him to do and what other foreign leaders apparently are encouraging him to do.
You put yourself in a box here by making such a public point of being upset about these elections, and then if Noriega decides to stay anyhow, that it looks like the United States is being ineffective?
I don't think the United States is ever in a box when it speaks out in favor of free, fair elections and honoring the will of the people. That's what we stand for. And so I don't think there's any box involved.
Some members of Congress have called for the abrogation of the Canal Treaty. Is that in any way a possibility in your mind?
I want to see General Noriega do what I've just encouraged him to do. I want to see the will of the people honored.
But under any circumstances, would you want to
go into hypothetical
Have you
questions
talked to
at this
him?
point?
Have you given him any personal ultimatum?
Put it this way, General Noriega knows my position.
How?
Never mind, he knows.
Did you call him up?
It's been told in recent, and he knows about it. For General Noriega to heed the appeal of those people who favor democracy and to heed the will of the Panamanian people. So I don't want to go beyond that in terms of deployment of U.S. force. For a change in relationship, I stated the other day what it would take to have improved relationships, and that would be a renunciation of terror. We do not need we can't have normalized relations with a state that's branded a terrorist state. And secondly, they must facilitate the release of American hostages. And so that is what it would take. And there was a case a while back where Iran asked for information regarding their hostages, never accused us properly so of holding people hostage or in any way condoning that. We condemn it, And so, and we've supplied them information. But it's going to take a change in behavior. We don't mind name-calling. They keep calling us the great Satan. That doesn't bother us. Sticks and stones. Remember the old adage, "I'll hurt your bones." The names don't hurt you, but performance is what we're looking for. And I don't see so far any sign of change. I held out the olive branch at my speech, inauguration speech, and I said, look, we want better relations with Iran. I remember when we had good relations. We like the Iranian people. We have a lot of Iranians living in this country. But we can't, and I said, look, if you want better relations, do what's right. Do what's right by people that are held against their will, and we've seen no movement. I would repeat that offer tonight.